Assalamu alaikum and hello viewers. Hope you are doing good and are fine. As you know, I am Swale. So let me tell you that I am going to take today's maths class. And today's maths class topic is place value. So first we need to know what is place value. So place value is basically the value of a digit in a specific number according to its place or position in that number. Let me explain it a bit to you. First, let me explain the difference of digits and numbers. So, first, digits. These are the simple numbers which you study in kindergarten, which start from 0 and end at 9. These are called digits. Now, what are numbers? Numbers are basically combinations of these digits which range from 0 to 9. So, an example of a digit may be 7. An example of a number combination. Now, example of a number may include 17, which uses the digits 1 and 7. So, now you may know what are digits and numbers and their difference. Now, let's proceed to the further place value. Now, first, to understand place value, we should know what place value actually is. So, place value is, as I had told you, the value of a digit in a specific number according to its position in that number. So, for example, 17 is the number. Now, 1 is the digit and we can find the place value of it. Okay, now let us know what is the range of place value. So there are lots and lots of places in a number. A number can be as large as trillions of numbers and as small as one digit. So the place value is highest at the leftmost side of the number and it is the lowest at the right side of the number. For example, if we use the number 273, the number 2 would have the highest place value and the number 3 would have the lowest place value. So, now we will learn in this video 4 different types of places, which are going to be thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. So let us proceed. Thousands. A number which includes thousands must be at least 4 digits long. For example, 7,463 is a number with 4 digits. It includes 4 places. This place at the rightmost corner is called the ones place. And a little left from the ones place is the tens place. And 6 is currently at the tens place. Now, before tens, there is the hundreds place. And the leftmost place is called the thousandth place. We we can label them with their short forms, with some one or two letters. For example, we can label 7 with the TH, 4 with H, 6 with T, and 3 with O. T means 1000, H means 100, T means 10, and 0 means O means 1. Now we will have to learn how to calculate the value of each of these digits which are in these places. Now we will use the same number 7463. Now first we will start with the number 3, which is at the ones place because it is the easiest. Now this is at the ones place. So for finding the value of the ones place, you just have to write the digit itself which holds the ones place. And in this case it will be 3 because 3 is at the ones place and it will still be 3 when we find the value. Now let us go to 6, which is at the tens place. Now 10 is quite easy if you know how to count in a sequential way with adding 10 each time. This is like number patterns. For example, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and so on. Like this. If you know this pattern, then you will be able to understand this easily. So now we have to calculate the value for 6. So I will tell you a trick which I use mostly. Now for finding the place value of a tens digit, I just add 1 0 after the digit itself and copy. So I will tell you it again. First I write the digit which is at tens place and then I add 1 0 to it. This makes a 60. So 60 is the value of this digit in this number. Now we will erase this. Let's proceed to 4. It is not so complicated. You might be thinking as we are going towards the left side it is getting complicated. No, it is not. It's just so easy if you know the trick. So for the hundreds I will tell you another trick. For the hundreds place the trick is copy the digit itself and then add 2 zeros to it. So this makes up the number 400. This is the value of 4. Now let's proceed to the largest place. It's not complicated, it's much easier. So 7 is at the thousands place, and now to calculate the thousands place value, the easiest method is to just copy the digit itself and then add 3 zeros to it. Now I've tell you the shortcuts to them, but you must know the technique or you can say the technical work behind it. So the technical work might be, so we will just start with the ones place again. Okay, so for finding the value of 3 which is at the ones place in this number, more commonly the ones place value, the technical way is to multiply the digit by 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. The place value of 3 in this number is 3 itself. This proves that the shortcut was correct because the technical answer is also the same. Now let's proceed to 6. So finding the tens place is not at all complicated. To find it, you just have to multiply the digit at the tens place with a 10. So you may be thinking it is quite difficult, but it's not. The simple way to multiply with 10 is to just cut off this one, is to just first multiply the number with 1, which equals to 16, and then with 0, which equals to 0 itself. Because you may know, or you may have been taught, if you have not been taught this technique, then I will tell you that whenever a number is multiplied by 0, the result is always 0. Now, so for this multiplication, it might be difficult for elementary school students who have not been taught double multiplication. So I will tell you the easy trick for this multiplication. Just multiply the digit at the tens place with 1, which equals to the digit itself. So you don't have to do any maths. Now, after you have wrote the digit, then just add the 0 which you had left before here after the 60. So 60 is the place value of 6. Now let's proceed to the 4. It will not at all be complicated, because you may be thinking it is going to be complicated, the multiplication is going to be complicated, but I'll tell you a trick which will make it as easy as pie. Now, for finding the hundreds place value, you have to multiply the digit by 100. Might seem to you a very big number, but after you hear my trick, you will forget it all. Now, first underline the 2 zeros which are in the 100. So you remember, you have to leave them as it is. In this trick, you also have to multiply the digit with the 1, which is the digit itself. So you will get another 4. Now, after you have written the digit, you just have to take the 2 zeros which you have left before and then add them after the 4. This equals to 400, which is correct. So this is the place value of 4. Now, let me tell you the most complicated number. You might think 7 in this one, but it's not so complicated, because you just have to do the same trick as you had done before. Just a little modification needed. So you have to multiply the digit with 1,000 this time. 1,000 is a very, very big number for elementary school students. But don't fear, I'll tell you a trick. Underline the zeros as you did before. Now multiply the digit with the 1, which is the digit itself, so I'll write a 7. Now take the 3 zeros which you had left before and add them after the 7. This equals to 7,000. Now, I've told you the technical way as well as the shortcuts of finding the place value. Now, it will be quite easy for you, but before ending the class, I will tell you how to add and subtract so big numbers, thousands. I will not teach you the numbers like hundreds, tens or thousands. I will just teach you numbers reaching till the thousands. You have to add 7 3 6 2 plus 1 7 2 1. This would be easy for those who have learned the rule of carrying in the addition, but it would be difficult for the others who have not yet learned the rule of carrying. Now, the first two steps are quite easy. In this vertical addition, you have to add the numbers which are vertically opposite. For example, in the left, and you have to always start from the rightmost corner of the number. If you start from the left corner, the whole sum will just be a big blunder and you will have to do it all again. Now, first add 2 plus 2 and the 1. For primary students who haven't learned adding so far, and I think most of my viewers would have learned it, because this video is not meant for so small students who are actually in class 1 right now. So, first we have to add the 2 and 1, which will equal to 3. So you can also count on your finger if it's complicated to you doing mentally. For example, you first open 2 fingers and then count to 1 more finger, so you will get 3. This is the easy way. Now 6 plus 2. Again count on your fingers. 6 plus 2 is equals to 8. First count, take 6 fingers and then add another 2 to it. So that will equal to 8, and there comes the 8. Now this step might be a bit complicated. First we have to add these. This will actually equal to 7 plus 3 is equals to 10. So we cannot write this 10 here. If you write this 10 here, it will be wrong. So it will be quite easy after you learn this rule. Just take the ones place. And write this ones place digit here under this sum, which is 0. And then what about the one which is left? Write a small 1 here. I will tell you what to do with this one. Now, what you have to do with this one is to add this with 7 and 1. So first take the value of 7 and 1, which is 8. Now add another 1 to that 8, which equals to 9. So the answer is 7362 plus 1721 is equals to 9083. Wasn't it quite easy? Now we'll practice one more question and then we'll move on to subtraction. Now, subtraction. I will tell you. No, first we'll just continue to add. Okay, one sum without carrying and one sum with carrying. So 1396 plus 6103. Now, before watching the answer, first write your own answer in the comment section below, so that I figure out if you can do it yourself easily or not. Now, this is the without carrying sum, and now I'll write the carrying sum, which is 7196. It will be a bit more complicated since I'll put the 2 here, 3 here, 7 and 1. Okay, now let's first do this without carrying. I think you might have both the answer in the comment section up till now. Please, if you haven't, please write them now before watching the answer. Now, hope you have write the answer. I am going to start the solution. Now, first add these two, which is 6 plus 3 is 9. You can count on your fingers if you feel difficulty in anything. And feel free to comment me below if you have any queries, any suggestions or anything. Now, 9 and 0, this will also be 9 because 0 has no value in maths. So we will just write 9 itself. Just take it in a real life example. The real life example can be that you had 9 toys and your brother does not give you any toys more. So which is equal to 0 toys more. So that will remain 9 toys with you. So I believe now it might be easier to use the method of 0. Now 3 and 1 is 4 and 6 and 1 is 7. Feel free to count it on your fingers, no problem. Now this sum, 6 plus 3 is 9, as you can see it, calculate it mentally or just count it on your fingers. Now this one is the complicated part. Now this will include, the answer to this is 9 plus 2 is equal to 11. You might be thinking how we write it, but you have learned it, so you may know how to write it. I am going to revise that way again. Underline the 1 on the ones place and write it under this sum. And then write a small 1 above this one big one which is on the above equation. Now first add 7 and 1 which is equal to 8, and then add another 1 to that 8 which equals to 9, and the last step, which is 7 plus 1 is equals to 8. You may now understand the correct use of addition. If you have any query, feel free to contact me. But don't do big blunders in tests, please. Now, we will switch to subtraction. I'll write the short form of subtraction here. It's quite a long spelling. So, first we'll, as you may have learned, the simple subtraction, but right now I'm going to teach you subtraction with hundreds and thousands. Because subtraction is introduced lately after the addition, because addition is more easier than subtraction. It might be complicated for most students right now. So I'm going to start with tens. 18 minus 7. This might feel easy to you. You can also write this like this, because you have to just count it on your fingers. Now, let's calculate this. If you have to do it vertically, then this is the way. 8 minus 7. You can open just 8 fingers and then cut off 7 of them. 3 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 1 left. So, write here 1. And just copy down the 1 because there is no digit under it, and this is referred to as a 0. So just copy the 1 itself. The answer is 11. So forget about this now. Now we will move on to the horizontal subtraction of the same sum. 18 minus 7. Now this might feel complicated, but I'll just solve it for you. Oh, you can't open up 18 fingers now. What to do? A simple trick I would tell you. Now I've drawn 18 lines here. You might be thinking what is the purpose of this line, but you may soon know that they are quite useful. Now, from these 18 lines, you have to cut off 7 lines and then count the remaining. Cut. Now these are 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Let's cut off 7. Now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the answer is 11. So, if you want an easy way, try following this trick. This might be easier for you, but it's quite time taking. So if you can do it mentally, it's great. And this level, it would be excellent for you. Now, let's start up with the hundreds. 798 minus 135. That is quite easy. Now, this can be most easily solved vertically. So if you get a choice, it might be better if you try the vertical way. So first let's subtract 8 minus 5. You can count it on your fingers or just do it mentally or do the sticks way, but I'm going to do it mentally. So 8 minus 5 is 3, and then 9 minus 3 is 6, and then 7 minus 1 is also 6. So the answer is 663. Now let's try the thousand sum. 2986 minus 1354. Now, first let's do this. 6 minus 4 is 2. And then 8 minus 5 is 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. So this equals to 1632. Now we'll start up with the borrowing, but we will not do the borrowing in the thousand sum. First we will do the tens and then the hundreds only. This can be done mentally, but you can also do it mentally if you want. I'll tell you the borrowing way also. So, for borrowing, you just think of it as a person. Think of this number as 2 persons. 8 is 1 person and 1 is another person. These are the values of money which each of them have. Now, the 8 wants to buy something which costs $9 or rupees. So, he needs to borrow some money from his partner, which is 1. So, he'll just borrow money, but we will not write it as 9. We will write it as 18. Because I had told you before that this place value of 1 is equal to 10. So this might equal to 18. Now 18 minus 9 is some kind of mental problem. Or you can just draw some sticks here and then do it or whatever you want. But I'm going to do it mentally and the answer is going to be 9. Now let's go on to the And the answer to the secret question is going to be 4,600 million years. Now let's continue to our class. 688 minus 789. Now, again we will have to follow the rule which we had been taught in the place value. First we have to find the value of this, which is 80. So this person needs one more rupee, but he can't get one. He will get a direct win. It will make this number 18. Now 18 minus 9 is 9. Now 7 again needs some money. Oh no, a big blunder. 788 minus 689. Now let's make it 6. Now let's do that again, and this changes to 18, and 18 minus 9 is 9, and the 7 minus 6 is equal to 1, whereas this 7 minus 6 is also 1. So this will equal to 119. And now the class is over. Stay tuned for new videos. Tomorrow is going to be the robotics class. We will start that robotics class on Tinkercad. It's an online software. I will tell you tomorrow how to create an account on that. And stay tuned for further updates. Bye for now. And also I'm going to post the special question of today in the comments. I told you the answer in the video. If you have heard it concentratedly and focused, then you might be able to answer the question easily. So, bye for now. Stay tuned. Good job, buddy.